Good morning, everyone. Wednesday, 23rd of January. 9 above. No wind. Bad news. Got to bartend again today. Third day in a row. All right. Orange cap. You know what that means? Part 8. Money, the world's greatest hoax. Be tomorrow. So, I received some comments from viewers, and they're kind of joined at the hip kind of comments, and just want to briefly touch on them because they're valid comments. One, apparently there's a lot of Christians out here, and that's a good thing. And it's Dave, this monetary realism is so secular. I mean, we're in the end times, quote unquote, and Jesus is coming, and why aren't you preaching and teaching Jesus and God? I'll tell you, part one, I'm not qualified to preach and teach Jesus, though I do believe. Part number 2 is monetary realism isn't biblical. Is that the charge here? How about my people perish for lack of knowledge? We're perishing every day. The body count increases every day. How about Deuteronomy, the prohibition against unjust weights and measures? Isn't monetary realism about exposing unjust weights and measures? How about the commandment that says, thou shalt not steal? Because why would you employ a credit system over a honest barter system? So you can obtain goods and services from others who produce them without paying them. How about Jesus said the 2 great commands? Love God with all your heart and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Why are you passing your neighbor clever counterfeit? Why are you stealing from your neighbor? That is a real tough one there, folks, because it's a closed system. And right now I can't see any way to get out of this closed system. Now, we've got to fix it. We've got to get rid of it. Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. Truth is power. Monetary realism is power. It will work on our masters. If you have a better truth, more powerful, share it with me. Okay, second comment. It's getting a little redundant. Is your theme going to change? It seems to be the same old points over and over again. People, I can't teach you monetary realism in 1 hour's worth of videos. If you think you've heard it all, you haven't heard it all. There's a lot of unlearning to do. A lot of effort has been spent to confuse you, deceive you. People who are unaware of being unaware. That is the nature of deception. Economics is the science, the deep, dark science of deception. We've all been victims of it. And you have to overcome a thing called, very fancy terms here, cognitive dissonance. Fancy terms that simply mean your brain's computer that has widely accepted, deeply held beliefs has a hard time letting some new concept get in there and load properly. If you believe this government wastes, spends, and collects money your whole life, and I come along and say, hey, not so, people, your bullshit detector goes off, and your first impulse defensively is say, this can't be right, it's got to be BS. I got it. We have to overcome that. You have to build a foundation of this learning, and you cannot build it on a sea of shifting sand. It won't stand. And you don't have it all yet. I took economics. I told you that in high school. I gave you the example where we spent a whole week filling out a fictitious 1040 long form. I took it in college too. And I'm not bragging, but I got an A, a 4.0. And I was an older than average student. I remember talking to the instructor. I was probably his age or maybe a year or two older. And I said, you know, Joe, his name was Joe McKernan. I said, hey, this is all bullshit. I don't believe any of it. And we had quite a conversation. I said, your aggregate demand, your aggregate supply, ridiculous Keynesian theory of economics, and we will get into John Maynard Keynes. It was Nixon who said in 1972, we're all Keynesians now, and that was a very important statement he made. So you haven't heard it all, people. You have not heard it all. Try this. We haven't even got there yet. Supply and demand is always equal, only exists at the moment of exchange, and when you don't have that moment of exchange, it resorts back to inventory. Have you heard about parity? P-A-R-I-T-Y. Can you explain it to me? You need to know about it. There are a lot of monetary gurus out here on the internet giving you all kinds of information and advice. But how many tell you we must repeal legal tender laws that were foisted on us during the Civil War? How many tell you about that? They won't. They may not know it, or they don't want you to know about it. And if you can't get rid of legal tender laws through a repeal process, you need to get rid of Congress. If progress means to move forward, what the hell does Congress mean? Okay, so you still have a lot to learn about monetary realism. It's a slow process. Bear with me. You will learn more and more. And it's going to have to get to the point where monetary realism is second nature to you. If you're sitting in a bar, if you're at a cafe, if you're walking down the mall, and you hear someone say, I'm so sick and tired of this government wasting my goddamn tax dollars on this, that, or the other, if you don't engage them and prayerfully correct them, at least a natural urge to bite your lips got to occur and say, ooh, that is so wrong. I wish I could help this person out. Then you'll know you understand fully monetary realism. And then, people, you will know the power of this teaching I'm trying to share with you. Okay, so I'm trying to do my homework for part 8 that I was going to expose to you today. And running in the background, I come across this YouTube channel, and they're covering the Covington Catholic boys versus the Black Hebrew Roots movement versus the Native Americans. I missed it. Happened on Saturday the 18th. More evidence of fake news. Whether it's fake news from the left CNN with that, I just can't even stand looking at Don Lemon, that arrogant prick, or it's fake news from fake Fox News on the right. People, it's fake news. So I'm going to leave a link to below here to 2 sites. One is from Red Ice, a quote-unquote white nationalist site. Ooh. The other one is the Jimmy Dore Show. Liberal. How liberal? He used to sit on the panel of the Young Turks. You never heard of them? Take a look at their site. They are far left, but look at the subscribers that mop up that BS every day. That's what we're up against. And the fake news. Who and what can't you buy with unlimited money? You're going to buy the fake news. And why are you going to buy the fake news? To misinform, deceive the public, keep us in darkness, and most importantly, keep us divided. Blacks against whites, whites against the Native Americans, on it goes. The gay community against the straight community. There is no issue they can't stir the pot on, and fake news is very professional in stirring that pot. We sit along the base of the pyramid of power with the relatively few right at the top, and all we do is fight at the bottom. People, unity. Whatever happened to that simple concept, the enemy of my enemy is my friend? And I think once we blow the tip off this pyramid, and once this whole miserable power pyramid collapses, and we don't have to steal from our neighbors, I think the people at the broad base at the bottom are going to find out what the hell were we fighting about. I really believe that. Thanks for watching. We need subs, people. We need numbers. And part 8 tomorrow. You guys have a good day. I have got to do my 3rd day of work in a row. It's killing me. See you tomorrow.